A secret delivery from heaven, wrapped in grandeur and sealed with your name, is on its way to your consciousness. Archangel Michael is personally escorting it. Not just a messenger, nor a lesser heavenly being, but Archangel Michael himself. For what reason? This isn't your average blessing, after all. This is an extremely rare occurrence, as it is a divine intervention capable of breaking generational curses. This moment changes your life forever. The blessing you thought you'd never have because nothing seemed to change over time is now becoming clear. However, you must agree. Before it can be fully realized, you must affirm it in your spirit. This blessing requires your immediate spiritual grasp, much like a previous opportunity that almost materialized but was ultimately lost due to your hesitation. Not at this time. Archangel Michael's pronouncements are indisputable. I am sending a prophetic message, implying that if you act on this advice right away, you will experience profound joy tonight. You may be moved to your knees with awe. This is the extent of reality. It was not given to you by God until you were ready to hold it. Currently, you are. Nonetheless, it is best to avoid finding this amusing because the blessings from heaven are not completely weightless. This is a letter of congratulations that is also a divine warning. If you approach this gift with trust rather than fear, you will be inspired. So, what is contained within? The truth may appear to be exaggerated. There is someone who has been thinking about you for a long time, but has not been able to express their feelings until now. A door that has been closed for years is about to be unlocked, with your name etched on it. After completing this healing process, you may find that you have forgotten the reasons for your previous tears. This is why I kept you at this location. God's vocalizations. This is why I reaffirmed your position. What is to come will be with you indefinitely. The blessing you are about to receive has transformative power that could easily overwhelm an unprepared person. However, you are not unprepared. Given that you are not the same person you were before, and the heavens are aware of this at this time. This is exactly why Archangel Michael arrived. To inform you of this change. I am not trying to make you laugh. The weight on your chest may shift when you wake up tomorrow, indicating a sense of liberation. The emptiness in your heart will become less noticeable. You will no longer feel neglected by God as a result of the seal breach. I implore you to take immediate spiritual action to align with God's will in your life. If you find this message meaningful, consider reaffirming it in your heart. This affirmation, which is an act of faith, can help to pave the way for heavenly favor to enter your life by connecting you to the spiritual truths being shared. This message is evidence of the manifestation. Allow your spirit to verify this truth right away to start the transition process. Activation is currently underway. Before we begin with the material that will be presented to you tonight, I encourage you to take a moment to engage in a spiritual action that is both significant and powerful. Consider the content of this message. Allow your consciousness to agree with the current events in heaven as if you were giving your consent before having a complete understanding of them. This is the process of coordinating your spiritual goals with the angels who are already planning to honor your name. It is critical to remember that by reaffirming these truths, you are encouraging faith throughout the spiritual realm. Your consent has made the miracle possible. Not a problem. Now proceed. Allow God to hear your spirit's response as you express your heartfelt affirmation. Archangel Michael reveals that there are currently 7 angels gathered around your name. Chanting and rejoicing are heard. They are overjoyed at the predetermined outcome. However, there is a celestial being who expresses sorrow. For what reason? They witnessed numerous occasions when you were on the verge of surrendering. It was just one sign that they were with you during your time of solitude, mourning, praying, and murmuring. At this point, the sign was visible. Nonetheless, they are concerned that you will decline it. As a result, you must resist the temptation to dismiss this message as insignificant. Take advantage of this opportunity for your personal well-being, Archangel Michael's divine mission, and spiritual growth. This is not just an object. The scroll is yours. I am referring to your platinum missive. Every item that was delayed has been delivered. Furthermore, it is sufficient to allow your heart to expand temporarily. This evening is unique. The elements of heaven appear to have been relocated. Furthermore, everything that was previously obstructed, hidden, or harmed is being undone. It is advisable to avoid disputes over acquired blessings. Do not try to manipulate others into admiring you anymore. Please refrain from remaining seated or silent. We appreciate your consideration and selection to receive an experience that most people cannot understand. However, it will only become apparent if you believe that this is not appropriate for all individuals. It's intended for your use. Archangel Michael has been monitoring the situation for several days. It's finally arrived. At this time, we only need your affirmative response. You may also give your heartfelt confirmation. That is the only requirement of God. When you respond positively, events in the spiritual realm begin to unfold. The transformation is imperceptible until it is demonstrated to be irrefutable. Individuals will no longer conduct themselves in the same way. The events will unfold naturally. New types of love will emerge that have never been seen before. Furthermore, your own thoughts will be more peaceful. When the inner voice is truly experienced, it becomes no longer audible. You arrived here thanks to a much stronger force. It wasn't an accident. It was a message of divine origin. This was grace disguised as kindness. Presently, the disguise is being removed. Nonetheless, this can be overlooked, and it will eventually pass. As a result, Archangel Michael implores you from the very center of the heavens to immediately access it. The miraculous bears your name. It is situated at this location. Do not abandon it. Currently, your spirit is responding. The deep realization that this is unique is the source of your joy. You already know the response. I've dedicated enough time to my search. You've already conducted a thorough investigation. You have demonstrated diligence. It's now your turn. You did an excellent job. Tonight you will receive what you thought was lost in unexpected ways. You are about to feel an extraordinary sense of contentment. A brief wave of emotion and a rapid surge in your heart indicate that the Spirit is now verifying it. God is not taunting you. He has been involved in this endeavor for much longer than you might expect. No punishment was imposed for each grievance. It was a matter of position when a door closed in your face, causing a delay. For the reason that the gift you are about to receive is too valuable to be presented casually. It is possible that you mishandled it, even if you received it a month ago. It is likely that you would have misdirected it. You might have been hesitant to believe it. It would have been ambiguous and inappropriate. Nonetheless, you're now prepared. Your strength is greater. Begging is no longer an option. You execute the command. You are no longer being pursued. You are magnetic. The main concern is that you stop tolerating the current state of affairs. You are entitled to the upcoming events. This is why Archangel Michael smiles as a result of his final decision. This favor is irreversible. Nonetheless, it is critical that you recognize it immediately rather than waiting until tomorrow. It is not possible to argue that this is an arbitrary event. The designated hour has arrived. Archangel Michael revealed that the miracle was purposefully postponed due to the ongoing emotional work of the angels in your vicinity. There were still people who were not fully prepared. Some chains had not yet been severed. Disguised items remained hidden. Nevertheless, it is clear at this point. The candidates were chosen by God in heaven. The following is the conclusion. Bless them without delay, anguish, or dread. That is the beginning. Even before it is noticed, the transformation is obvious. Heaven consistently behaves in this manner. The announcement is made to your soul first. The eyes perceive it later. As a result of this realization, your consciousness is now dancing. It recognizes the impending event's purity and potency. That will erase memories of the nights you spent staring at the ceiling. In addition, I wondered if God still remembered your name. Yes, He did. You will feel it tonight. Heaven is in motion while the world sleeps. You listened while others scrolled. You responded to their summons, but others did not. You were not meant to be present. You were summoned because only a soul like yours could preserve the beauty of this object. Archangel Michael says they are entitled to it. They have faced numerous challenges. Your prize begins at this point. Nevertheless, it is critical to recognize that this is more than just a blessing. The divine declaration has been issued. The identity you had prior to receiving this message will never be restored as a result of a transformation that is already taking place within you. Within the next few hours, the manifestation will take place in your vicinity. It will be apparent in how people interact with you. It will be revealed to you in unexpected conversations. The world of angels is no longer hidden from you, as evidenced by subtle hints, music, numbers, names, and messages. They have encircled you as a result of a miraculous delivery that has recently transcended the confines of your timeline. You have the option of returning or accepting it. Nevertheless, we must verify this reality. Archangel Michael maintains that ignoring this would be a major divine appointment. It isn't because God is angry. However, your consciousness will perceive the omission. The intensity of the sense of missed opportunity may exceed expectations. Please refrain from committing that error. Not at this time. Your journey was not intended to reveal that you were only a few scrolls away from a miracle. You arrived at this point because you were aware that it was the end. This is unique. I've finally reached the point of readiness. Finally, you are ready to relinquish control and accept the amount received. Attract rather than pursue. To be full of enthusiasm but not to beg. Your moment has arrived. What are the possible consequences of adopting it? For example, the tightness in your chest will subside almost immediately. 2. After a delay, someone who has been thinking about you but has been hesitant to communicate will finally do so. Progress will resume after several months of inactivity. 4th, money will start to flow in unexpected ways. You continue to pray for that particular item at night. It will appear just before you go to bed. Archangel Michael does not submit any petitions. He is issuing a statement. Your satisfaction will be high tonight. Say it aloud. I guarantee that I will be extremely happy tonight. It is not due to your excessive effort. However, you remained steadfast in your conviction. In heaven, behavior is not as important as belief. You are adequate given your current circumstances. Your presence is adequate. Currently, you are. Avoid undermining it through uncertainty. When uncertainty arises, the adversary attempts to persuade you to abandon what you had previously accepted. Quiet the inner voice of uncertainty. Your miracle has already arrived, so do not be afraid to express yourself. It is simply anticipating your permission. Heaven has already shared its joy. It's now your turn to receive. Everything is influenced by the current moment. You will remember and repeat this message to yourself as the phone is answered, the message is delivered, and the benediction is pronounced this evening. Your pupils will expand, and your heart will beat. I almost didn't take action, but I eventually did. Heaven will shower you with rewards for the rest of the year just for making that one decision. Dearest, I implore you to take a deep breath because the upcoming events will seem strange. Archangel Michael confirms that your spirit is now aligned with the divine plan that has existed since the beginning of time. The manifestation can now begin. The release, not the wait, lessons, or agony. Are you aware of the significance of this moment? You are currently experiencing the fulfillment of a divine promise. Actual spiritual movement and physical transformations, not just words or goals. At this point, your situation changes dramatically. You're on the verge of a prosperous future. It's important to remember that this message does not end with your actions. The divine principle is clear. Whatever you give in faith will be returned to you. Every seed of kindness, effort, or prayer you plant will nourish your future, fuel your calling, and keep your family safe. My love, the time has come for you. Have faith, and you will see God multiply the blessings you send into the divine flow. Heaven is waiting for your response at this precise moment. It is critical that you take action to verify this at this time. Please leave the following 3 words in the comment section below. I have just received it. This is not a mere anticipation. I am currently receiving it, not possibly in the future. The following is your proof of property ownership. You are communicating to the cosmos, God, and Archangel Michael that you are ready to receive what is meant for you at this moment. A spiritual event occurs as you type these words. This is acknowledged by the unseen realms. The paperwork contains markings. The delivery process is accelerated. Yes, please continue with the typing. I've just received it. Declare the truth. Currently, people are opening concealed doors. Individuals are discussing you in places you have not yet visited. You did not attend the meeting because it is clear that God does not require your assistance in improving His own image, despite the fact that someone is making a decision that will benefit you. Trust is the only requirement. Your confidence has allowed you to reach this point. Archangel Michael witnessed your conflict, despite the fact that no one else did. He noticed that you kept a smile despite your depression. He noticed your willingness to help others, despite the fact that you lacked resources. He heard the prayers you recited silently because you were too embarrassed to say them aloud. Currently, everyone in heaven has responded. This is not a hypothetical scenario. This event was planned to occur in your life before your birth. Even the discomfort you felt was intentional. Heaven prepared the path to what is now being provided through every ending, closed door, and breakdown. The delivery is currently in progress. However, you may sense the presence of anxiety even now. The voice may ask, what if it isn't genuine? What happens if nothing is changed? Nonetheless, exercise caution. That isn't the voice of God. That is an echo from your past attempting to follow you into a future where it has no place. Keep it out. Secure the entry. Because the person who listens, believes, and receives is not the same as the person who has lived in silence for years. That was the previous version of yourself. Nonetheless, this version has been purified, prepared, and given permission by heaven to represent something sacred. Archangel Michael informs them that they have been examined and found to be in excellent health. May you bless them abundantly. That is precisely what will happen. Restoration is not restricted. Please bear this in mind. Not just answers, not just some relief, but total restoration. What does this suggest? It implies that you will not simply reclaim the property that was seized from you. It'll be multiplied for you. It implies that the memory of being alone will be erased by the pure love you will feel. It implies that the opportunities you failed to seize will be returned to you in the form of divine appointments you could not have anticipated. This implies that previously restricted funds will return with such force that you will begin to bless others before checking your balance. In other words, the peace you once thought was impossible will envelop your life like a warm, golden blanket that will never leave. Nonetheless, it is critical that you remain focused, aware, and in the present moment. Miracles are distinguished by subtle changes in energy, knowingness, and quiet that can only be detected by those with an open heart and do not involve flashing lights. Additionally, you are currently available. This is the reason for sending this message to you. Not everyone receives this kind of invitation. Nonetheless, heaven has been expecting your arrival. God spoke to you and told you to wait. They are nearly ready. Currently, you are. This explains why Archangel Michael has been monitoring you throughout the day. The force was tangible. You saw it as a mere coincidence. It wasn't. He has been conducting air purification operations near your location. Obstacles will be eliminated. Furthermore, your timeline will be cleansed of spiritual debris, as the upcoming events will be extremely sacred and pure. And it is critical to be in the presence of noise. This blessing will be with you for an extended period of time. However, this will happen gradually. What happened? How did everything transform for you? This event will leave an indelible impression on you. You'll remember that you answered the door when heaven knocked. Confirmed, you said. Conviction was yours. You precipitated an event that had been anticipated for centuries. Please bear this in mind. This blessing has been present for quite some time. For as long as there have been people, it has been waiting for someone who can carry it gracefully. You are that person. What actions will you take tonight if your heart rate rises above normal levels? Your palms are extremely warm. You get an unexpected message. Your name is once again addressed with a pleasant tone. A payment was received but was not actively pursued. In the midst of a storm, you feel an unexpected sense of calm. Please do not disregard this. This suggests that heaven kept its word. Archangel Michael is currently fulfilling a promise that was previously postponed. Despite the lack of a name, God was already crafting a story about you. Be especially cautious about the indicators. Don't underestimate the miracle. Please don't dismiss this message as insignificant. This is the appropriate time. You were meant to accomplish this. You didn't come here by accident. Someone has reached out to you. We summoned you. You were selected. Rise immediately. And as you retire for the evening, smile from a heart that understands. I have it. You'll whisper and dance in your head. Darling, I completed the miracle by taking what was mine while others scrolled and slept. As the evening progresses, you will see the divine take on its form. It did not occur simultaneously. The volume was not excessive. No, it was not substantial. However, it was undeniably authentic. You will unexpectedly receive a text message containing the words you were hoping for. Several people believe that brushing their hair, brewing tea, or simply sitting in silence can help them relax. This is not your own work. As proof that you made the right decision in opening this, heaven is now resting on your soul, having broken the cycle. The cycle has concluded. You responded affirmatively, despite your reservations. The heavens keep a close eye on brave people. Archangel Michael remains at your side. He remains at that location. He will be with you all night, removing the darkness, purifying the air, and consistently announcing your name before God's throne, resulting in a heavenly echo. Additionally, a transformation is currently taking place on earth. Every time your name is mentioned in heaven, you will have access to the successes of others. You will be aware of the truths that others are trying to understand. Items that are currently locked will become accessible. The item that has been delayed will be shipped as soon as possible, because time is valuable when your soul is in sync with divine timing, as it is right now. Tasks that once took years to complete can now be completed in a matter of hours. This is the blessing to which you have recently subscribed. It is truly profound. In fact, this is quite remarkable. It's not too late either. Heaven had to wait for you because you were worthy. Archangel Michael declares that they are ready at this time. Empty the entire container. Please refrain from withholding information. The pouring process has now begun. Some people refer to the consistent and refined drip of blessings as luck. Nonetheless, you'll notice that this is not a coincidence. This is referred to as legacy. Your prayers were answered. As a result, you are now following in their footsteps. Not only will you be submitting petitions, but so will your predecessors, individuals who wept for you from heaven. All of your forefathers and ancestors have observed this taking place. They then mumble, their eyes filling with joy. They achieved success. They resolved to acquire it. It has been finalized. This elucidates the distinct perception of air. Consequently, the tightness in your thorax was alleviated. This is the reason your eyes are watering. You are not merely reviewing a message. You are being awoken. Your life is the realization of an ancient promise. Kindly refrain from accepting mere remnants. There is no longer a necessity to await someone's selection. There is no need to be concerned about the reception of your petitions. We acknowledge the message you sent. Someone has observed you. I will now reimburse you. No, it is not due to your exceptional abilities. It is not due to your possession of all the information. Nevertheless, you demonstrated the courage to maintain your convictions, even when they were illogical. It is the most valuable asset for individuals in paradise. That is why this extraordinary, magnificent, and exquisite blessing is en route to find you. There is no necessity to pursue it. It is unnecessary to exert any effort in order to acquire it. I will not disregard it this time. It is sufficient to respond, "Yes, God, I accept it. I comprehend that this is intended for my use." A new perspective emerges in the realm above you as those words exit your heart. It is an experience that must be experienced rather than observed. The tears that follow will not be somber. When your consciousness comprehends the present circumstances, they will emerge from divine memory. You are no longer required to wait. You have already logged in. Consequently, take a leisurely stroll. It is unnecessary for you to comprehend each process. It is imperative to maintain a clear set of senses, a tender heart, and an open mind. The indicators are on the brink. A name will resurface. A line that resonates with you will be sung by an individual. Upon awakening, you will experience a sense of lightness, regardless of whether anything has changed. This is the method by which miracles are initiated. Not with thunder, but rather with a murmur. The murmur evolved into a pledge this evening. I have fulfilled the promise for you. Consequently, my beloved, I implore you to unwind this evening. Present a gentle grin. Allow your body to exhale. Heaven will complete its work as you sleep. It will already be operational when you awaken tomorrow. Before you even open your eyes, you will be aware that it is morning. You will be alert, but it will not produce a loud ruckus, lightning, or thunder. A profound stillness will be felt in a part of you that is unlike anything you have ever experienced, and you will be aware of this. Your mind, heart, and soul will be at peace, and the tedious inquiry that has persisted for months will be alleviated. A profound sense of tranquility will be experienced. At that moment, you will recall this. Last night, a substantial transformation occurred. This is due to the fact that you completed sacred work while you were asleep. Throughout the night, you were accompanied by a divine presence. Archangel Michael remained by your side. While you were asleep, he was observing your dream realm, preventing dark energies from entering, untangling old spiritual cords, whispering ancient truths into your heart, and preparing the way for the day's events. Therefore, when you experience a sense of tranquility, a softness in the air, and are unable to elucidate a mysterious change, it is more than just a good mood. Certainly, that is evidence. God operates with precision, tranquility, and perfection. He does not require the use of explosives to create a disturbance. He does not depend on the consent of others. His blessings are bestowed upon you in a spontaneous manner. Additionally, heaven is currently in motion to provide assistance. It is feasible that you pursue additional support. That is entirely acceptable. Evidence may not be immediately apparent. That is also permissible. Nevertheless, a part of you is already celebrating. To your spirit, it is evident. Your guardian angels are cognizant of this. The spiritual universe that encompasses you recognizes it. A glowing quality emanates from you that was previously undetectable. Within you, there is an abundance of the Spirit. While you undergo this awakening, keep in mind that this divine work is genuine. It is an auspicious sign. The existence of darkness is counteracted by each act of kindness and love, which serves as a source of light. It is important to remember that when you invest in others, you will receive in return. This is not merely a historical adage, it is a perpetual dedication to your future. Approach the situation with a combination of faith and strategy. Sharing your blessings can assist you in recognizing the potential that God has already established for your life. That is the outcome of divine timing. I would like you to now declare an action that is consistent with the will of God. Please enter "My breakthrough is here" in the comments section. It is not merely imminent, it is already present. This is due to the fact that the words you speak aloud and the symbols you use to symbolize them become spiritual truths. By inputting those words, the narrative encompasses more than a mere video. You are playing an active role in determining your destiny. You are informing any entities that have been impeding your progress that their time has expired. You are asserting that each door that is closed must be opened. You are instructing your spirit to concentrate on the deeds of God. Kindly make this declaration at this moment. I have effectively communicated this message. The presence of luminescence is identified. Certain individuals may be unaware of the events that have transpired. Although certain individuals will observe the alteration, they will be unaware of its origin. Allow them to possess a sense of curiosity. Permit them to mumble. You are no longer in the previous era. Presently, you are situated on the opposite side. Heavenly favor is now yours, and it cannot be disputed, delayed, or revoked. Then, there will be a discernible change. Individuals who had previously declined your advances may suddenly develop feelings of attraction toward you. Individuals who have neglected to observe you will commence to do so. Individuals who have neglected to remember you will begin to question why they ever permitted you to depart, as God will no longer conceal His blessings on your life. Your spiritual crown, which Archangel Michael bestowed upon you, is now entirely yours to retain. It is imperative that you act promptly to not only claim this blessing for yourself, but also to promote the enhancement of the lives of those in your immediate vicinity. Share this video with others. You have the ability to assist an individual who is in need by sending this message. Transmit it to a friend who has been anticipating a miracle. By sharing prophetic content, you enable the Holy Spirit to operate through you. You are inviting the anointing that is upon you to spread to others through the message by clicking the share button. Those who illuminate others are rewarded in heaven. Perform this action immediately. Distribute this information and observe the rapid expansion of your own breakthrough. Spiritual assaults will be less severe than they were previously. The chaos will not cause you as much anxiety. The evidence will dispel the doubt more rapidly. The body is not the evidence of the soul. That is considerably more durable. It is critical to remember that each act of faith you perform on this quest will grow into a torch that illuminates the darkness of another. Your efforts help to further the divine mission of rescuing lost souls. Heaven advances through the words of those who are willing, but it also grows through the goodness of their souls. I'm currently communicating with you in this manner. Archangel Michael requests that you bear in mind the following. Your breakthrough did not occur when you physically received the blessing. It transpired immediately following your consideration of the feasibility of the endeavor. Everything was influenced by that notion. Your faith communicated to heaven that you were prepared, and it responded accordingly. Before we conclude, this is your final opportunity to receive this blessing. Kindly repeat the word Amen in the comments section. An amen that causes the spiritual world to tremble, not a peaceful amen or a modest yes. A resounding amen is a clear indication to the Almighty that you are in complete agreement with this process and are claiming it for yourself. A resounding amen that reverberates throughout the night and into your dreams. Understanding that you are not merely commenting as you type is essential. You are committing to a course of action. The words that were spoken over you tonight are becoming a part of you. Okay, you can proceed at this time. Proclaim Amen with genuineness. The purpose of this message is to assist you in preserving your fortitude. Reread it and relive the experience if you begin to feel like giving up, fear sets in, or the waiting becomes too much. Due to the fact that you did not discover this message randomly. A scroll was presented to you from the heavens. It is available to you. It was developed with the intention of granting you favor and illumination. Each word was selected with your thoughts in mind. Additionally, it is incapable of returning to its original state due to its creation through speech. It will execute the directives that were provided to it. It will achieve the objective it was intended to achieve, irrespective of whether your brain comprehends it. The concept has already permeated your spiritual being. If you have not already done so, I strongly encourage you to subscribe immediately. This is not merely a concept, the action is spiritual in nature. By clicking the subscribe button and activating the notification bell, you are automatically aligning yourself with all prophetic words that will be released from this point forward. You are announcing to the heavens that you are prepared to receive additional spiritual insights. I am prepared to persist in my efforts to align myself. I am eager to receive the messages of God. Execute the action immediately. Prompt enrollment guarantees your access to these prophetic messages. Act as though you have already achieved it by living today in accordance with this truth. Present a jubilant expression, as if your requests have been satisfactorily addressed. Assume that the weight has been lifted. Speak as though you are shielded by God, as you are. You have always been, and you have finally come to terms with this. The events that transpired tonight were not a mere coincidence. This message is not merely a compilation of words. It is a sacred mirror, a reminder, a confirmation, and a holy affirmation from God, acknowledging that what was previously denied has now been received. You are on the cusp of a season of effortless advent. Please refrain from soliciting. Refrain from exerting additional pressure. Stop maintaining a sense of ambiguity. Presently, your soul acquisition is in full bloom. This is all a component of the divine unfolding, as your soul's ultimate agreement was heard in heaven. It was identified by Archangel Michael. Additionally, he exhibits a grin. God arose from his throne upon hearing the news. At present, your sole obligation is to indulge in the events that are ahead. We're almost there. You are adequately prepared. Your satisfaction will be high tonight. I have one last assignment for you to complete before you leave. Distribute this message to an individual other than yourself. Please consider sharing this video with at least 3 individuals who require confirmation that they have made progress. You become a conduit for blessings in the lives of others when you share a message of hope. The Bible teaches that if one gives, they will receive. Share this with others to expedite their progress. As you sow seeds of generosity, your own blessings will undoubtedly abound, as God takes pleasure in those who contribute to the enlightenment of others. I urge you to click the share button and become a messenger. Behold the manifestation of divine favor in your life. Before we wrap up this captivating story, I recommend that we take a moment to reflect on this profound reality. It is no coincidence that this message has been disclosed. This is not just a coincidence. This is Archangel Michael's direct message to you. He extends his hand and extends an invitation to enter a protected, high-vibrational space where divine abundance is not merely a hope, but a promise. Although this spiritual truth is straightforward, it has the potential to revolutionize your life. By adhering to it, you will not only receive blessings, but they will also multiply and permeate all facets of your life. This is an opportunity to embark on a sacred path, where you will receive unwavering support, spiritual guidance, and rapid progress toward your destiny. Please ensure that you do not overlook this significant event. Your victory is approaching. Nevertheless, your vigor, presence, and attentiveness are already highly appreciated. It is critical that action is taken. Your abundance is ready. There is no error, my dear child. I, Archangel Michael, have been attempting to contact you for quite some time, which is why you are receiving this communication. Time is slipping away, and it cannot be ignored. Please read this warning carefully, as disregarding it now could be the worst decision you ever make. I am not here to frighten you. I am here to help you because your soul has been yearning for it. I've sent you numerous signals, called you, and pleaded with you, but you ignored them. I'll now address this matter. You continue to convince yourself that it can be completed later. However, this is no longer possible. Your time is restricted. This message represents God's final attempt to reach your heart before something sacred is irreversibly lost. Despite the fact that you may be unaware of it, the decision you must make today is linked to a series of rewards that were planned for you before you were born. The wonderful things that have been following you around, waiting for the right time, will not be able to reach you until you stop running away from the emotions you are experiencing. You have a strong feeling that a significant event, such as a phone call, a shift, or an unusual occurrence, is about to happen. The moment has arrived. My child, if you do not take this action, you will be saddened later when you realize how close you were and how regrettable it is. Archangel Michael is communicating with you. I am addressing you with the utmost sincerity that is heavenly. I see you crying at night and am perplexed as to why you are so confused. I see the diligent effort you make to maintain your resilience, a positive outlook, and perseverance. I understand your isolation, even when no one else does. You have been forced to accept responsibilities that were never meant for you. You accepted responsibility for what happened, even though it was never your fault. You are compelled to identify the root cause of your current sense of sluggishness and obstruction. No one noticed the signals I sent. I am not upset with you. I am deeply disheartened, as I have held you in high regard and begged God to give me another chance to connect with you. That opportunity is represented by this message. It is a solemn warning and the last chance. Your heart is racing as you read this for a specific reason. This moment demonstrates your openness to divine guidance, clarity, and instruction. It means that your guardian angels are in your vicinity. Before we proceed, I'd appreciate it if you could lay the groundwork for this moment. Confirm the truth of these words within your soul if they elicit a reaction in your heart and your spirit confirms their validity. You are connecting with heaven right now, and I am with you. Your decision will determine what happens next. Assuming you are still present, I encourage you to continue reading because I have more information to share. This information must be communicated to you immediately, as it may be too late. I would like to make a comment that may surprise you at this time. An individual is currently being dispatched to you with the ability to change the course of your life. They convey a message, a truth, or a gift that will help you enter a door you've been waiting to open. However, your persistent resistance to acceptance has kept that door from opening. You're convinced, but you're also nervous. Regardless of the desire for hope, anxiety is the dominant emotion. A benediction is bestowed upon you, but you decline it. Please avoid allowing this to happen in the future. Your realms open as a result of spiritual obedience. Please offer your devotion and reap the benefits that God bestows on you. You know this person better than you realize, and they are more important than you realize. You won't want the moment to end when they arrive. I cannot compel you to take any action, but I can encourage you to do so. Please do not disregard this matter. As a result of your divine assignment at birth, you've always had a strong sense of self. As a result, many people have tried to lower your status. This is why you have faced difficult situations that would have caused the majority of people to crumble. Your soul was chosen to carry out a sacred mission, disrupt cycles, alleviate suffering, and inspire others through your presence. Nonetheless, how will you respond to this appeal if you continue to hide, flee, and question your abilities? Archangel Michael has designated a route for you. However, I need your permission to direct you there. At this time, please respond affirmatively on a spiritual level. This is the point at which the planning process turns into action. It is now time to accept your talents and stop doubting them. Instead, pursue the opportunities that have been presented to you. When you say this simple affirmation, the spiritual realm will recognize that you are no longer in a state of stagnation. You're making progress. Please don't hesitate. I'm speaking urgently today because heaven has already determined the consequences of your refusal. In the vision I had, you woke up one morning to discover that you had missed your miracle. You assessed each moment and its potential outcomes. That vision tore at my heart. I begged God to let me try once more. Certainly, God. This is why you are currently receiving this message. That is not the entire picture. In addition, I am informing you of the start of your marvel. As soon as you decide to continue with this assignment, the process begins to verify your readiness and complete this divine agreement. Confirm your preparedness. This goes beyond straightforward language. Your spirit is guiding me to take action. Your affirmation will help you find the path that was meant for you. A group of deities recently invoked your name. The conversation focused on your life, purpose, and future. The conclusion was that the issues would be resolved, solutions would emerge, and the one you had been hoping for would finally appear if you listened and responded positively. Indeed, the one you are currently considering. I am confident that those interested in your future are anticipating your actions. I recognize that the world has been too harsh on you. There was no one to talk to, listen to, or hear you. I observed everything and wanted to intervene sooner, but spiritual law required that I first obtain your permission. I will advocate for you, but you must give your consent. This is the most important invitation you'll ever receive. This is the penultimate moment before everything is completely transformed. What are your listening objectives? Your miracle is still in progress, and it may be closer than you think. Someone has been thinking about you and is about to communicate with you in a way that is only appropriate for you. Nonetheless, your ambiguity persists, leading you to wonder if you are deserving of the love and compassion that are being shown to you. I am telling you the truth today. You're entitled to it. Heaven is ready to articulate its goals without hesitation. I will respect your decision to depart at this time, but I cannot guarantee that this message will not be retransmitted. This is why I advised you against it. This is the final interaction before the veil is lifted. The miracle has now begun. I watched you pass through flames while smiling, concealing your tears. Heaven and I, on the other hand, are well aware of the extent of your anguish, whereas even your closest friends are unaware. This is why this moment will not be forgotten. An individual has been in your presence for an extended period of time, but is unaware of your significance. They take advantage of your hesitation and talk about you behind your back. Certain people want to confuse and make you vulnerable for their own gain. You must take decisive action in response to this message before they can jeopardize your future. It was never meant for you to be in their company. You were destined for greater things. To avoid potential criticism, you dimmed the lights and moved at a slow pace to ease the distress of others. Nonetheless, your fear prevented you from witnessing your miracle. It is unnecessary for you to provide an explanation to anyone. I hope you will eventually understand your true identity. When you stop apologizing for your strength, generosity, and honesty, your life will change dramatically. Heaven is ready to release blessings that have patiently awaited your readiness at that time. Ignoring this internal calling may keep you stuck in a cycle that heaven is eager to help you break free from. Your destiny was to ascend rather than remain stationary. Your decisions are currently influencing a spiritual revolution taking place near you. This message is not intended solely for amusement. It functions as a lifeline. Heaven intervened when your spirit was exhausted. You expected a miracle, not the other way around. The timing is optimal. Please refrain from leaving. This moment was meticulously planned. Stay if you notice even the slightest movement inside. The following events have the potential to significantly change the course of events. You are currently being observed by someone. Rather than passing judgment, rely on your strong intuition about what is authentic. Someone believed they could outsmart you. and someone who tried to distance themselves from you but didn't realize that accommodating you only made them more aware of your presence. They are currently embarking on a new journey, but not without introspection. It is possible that they will feel compelled to confess or disclose a significant matter. The current moment determines the events that occur later. Your energy is more powerful than words. If you continue to hold on to your fear, it may be felt by others. If you follow the spirit of this message, others may notice your transformation and be drawn back to you. You have been blessed with angels, my dear child. They are currently present in your vicinity, anticipating the miracles that will yet be realized. This is not a case of minor changes. This includes the possibility of divine intervention, financial resolution, improved family relationships, the reunion of kindred spirits, achieving an unprecedented level of peace, and aligning with your divine mission. I am present to provide these blessings. However, I will be unable to fully fulfill them if you continue to ignore this inner call. I will remain silent if you continue to disregard these directives, even though I am not upset. You are free to make your own decisions. It's important to remember that the divine realm is keeping track of your progress. Please recall the most recent occasion in which you felt profound love and appreciation. That memory was intended to serve as a reminder of the sacred obligations that you are required to fulfill. It was never intended that you pursue affection or positive experiences for their own sake. They were meant to be beneficial. Scars may have instilled in you the belief that love is difficult and miracles are rare. However, I am here to dispel that myth. I am present to offer assistance because this moment has the potential to bring about significant change. This is more than just a message. Your consciousness may interpret it as a spiritual turning point. This could be the reason your heart is racing and your thoughts are disorganized. Some of you may want to disregard this in order to maintain the illusion that it is unreal. That voice which causes dread represents the old you who feels out of place. This message is for the version of you that was chosen before birth, the one with spiritual sovereignty who was never meant to live an ordinary life. This message is intended specifically for that individual. It's possible that you weren't aware of a critical situation involving a close friend or family member. They may have inquired about you, spoken about you behind your back, and even considered certain actions. However, they have refrained from taking any decisive action due to their own reservations. They may be concerned that you have moved on or that they have been waiting too long. I have a deep understanding of their emotions. They may be looking for a sign. This message should be taken as a potential indicator. If you fail to recognize this inner calling, they may believe they are no longer significant and withdraw permanently. You understand that this is not your intention. Do not assume that all issues are resolved. It's possible that you're feeling spiritually exhausted. However, a divine orchestration has already begun. Archangel Michael is here to support and protect you. I am poised on the verge of your breakthrough, sword drawn and wings spread wide, ready to defend your forward progress. Nonetheless, I am powerless to protect what you consciously choose to disregard. Demonstrate your readiness in any way that is possible, including tears, a murmur, or speaking aloud. Respond with an open heart. Be aware of the unfolding of divine grace. Observe how awe manifests itself. It is possible that you will see an individual you thought you had forgotten about reappear with a strong sense of emotion. Listen to a truth that is not often expressed. When I send a message, it resonates deeply in the spiritual realms. Your daughter's soul was chosen for a role that requires unwavering love, quiet fortitude, and solid roots. This is why her journey could have been difficult. This could explain why she was forced to go through an experience that was not her fault. The light with the power to transform generations is frequently only capable of being carried by strong spirits. She isn't susceptible. She is not feeling disoriented. She was selected. The divine pronouncement about her is more than just poetic. It has prophetic resonance, as the potential events that may occur through her could have a significant impact on a large number of people. She may soon understand her extraordinary nature. Initially, she may want to remain anonymous. However, it is likely that she will be forced to develop an inner power. It's divine. She may express her gratitude with a smile. That moment could change another person's perspective forever. This is the beginning, and it will unfold gradually, one life at a time. Don't be surprised if this period brings you unexpected good news. While they may not exactly match your expectations,